Okay, folks, look, no long talking, none of that. Listen, we doing your grandma's banana pudding, right? Hey, super easy. And you know, to be more specific, we finna do my grandmama's. Now, let's just look at these ingredients. You see, not a whole lot. Obviously, we gotta have bananas. You know what I mean? These wafers right here, these are my tool of choice. You guys can use really any type of cookie, but if you wanna use something that's more authentic, you can use that, right? Now you see these ingredients, there's not a whole lot. Don't forget, the full ingredient list is now printable and screenshotable on my website. That's smokingandgrillingwithab.com, and that's WITAB.com. Let's get started. Okay, so listen, when you got the recipe in front of you, you know what I mean, and how we need it, right? When you read the instructions, I'll take the time to get it, you know, put it out there for you. Listen, we're gonna take the dry ingredients. We got salt, flour, and sugar, right? You're gonna get yourself a whisk. We're gonna add all of that into our saucepan, right? And a little salt, there we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take my whisk and just whisk this together. I hadn't even put no heat underneath the bottom or nothing. I'm just getting this going. All right, so listen, if you guys haven't already guessed, instead of making, you know, pudding out of a box, we making our own, right? So I still don't have any heat underneath my pan or my pot. Now I'm gonna just start adding in my milk. And check me out, right? Notice I keep my whisk hand just going. I got it, it's a little noisy, but don't worry. Now I'm getting ready to put a little fire under here. We're probably gonna let's go with a medium-high heat. You know what I mean? And then we're gonna just stir this until it thickens. Okay, so look, I want you guys to take a look at it right here. Look, I've been stirring this constantly. I'm on a medium-high heat, right? It's starting to thicken up. I like to see these little bubbles in here. You know, once it becomes like this, maybe a little bit more. Once it starts to roll, then I'm gonna reduce it down, right? But look, you can see just the way it comes up over the top. Look at that right there. You can see it starting to thicken up. Now, we didn't put that sugar in there. And just in case you guys didn't know, we making our own pudding. I got it. But this right here is gonna show you how to do it. You'll never go back to that box again. Now, while we letting that go ahead and simmer, go ahead and crack your eggs in a bowl, right? When you get good, you'll be able to use this one hand like I'm doing. You know, I'm just showing out, but I've been eating eggs, man, since hey, if I told you how long I've been cooking eggs, y'all probably call child services on my mama. So look at how it's thickening up, starting to rise a little bit. We stirring, we not letting nothing curd up or nothing like that. I'm finna reduce my heat. Now we coming down to like a little simmer, right? We leave it like that. Now we working, folks. That's what we wanna get, right? So now we just getting ready to let that cool just a little bit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and whisk my eggs, right? You wanna whisk them good. All right, so I like the thickness that I have right here. Now what I'm getting ready to do is pour a little bit in there. We're gonna whisk this, whisk that, and then after we whisk that together, then we're gonna pour all of that in the inside, right? So go like this, right? All right, so once you got your desired thickness, this is cool right here. Actually, as it cools and it sets up in your refrigerator, it's gonna get even thicker. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour just a little bit of this in here like that. Just a little bit like that, right? Now, then I'll go ahead and whisk this inside, you know, of our eggs, right? Look at that. Kind of like you're making a custard, you know what I mean? But hey, you know what? Ain't no kind of like. That's what that looks like, doesn't it? You know what I mean? So we take this. Now we add this here. All right, now this is where you want to have the right tool for the job, folks. You want to make sure you get yourself a spatula, you know what? Because we didn't make this or leave a lot of this residue on the side of the, you know, our bowl, right? We want to get it all in there. That's our goodness. And then we bring this in. Look at the color, folks. It screams pudding already. You know what I mean? But just the flavor on this is nice. Only thing we got to do now is add our vanilla extract, right? So, oh yeah, I'm loving that. Yes, sir. Now I'm gonna take my extract, right? And work that in. This is when you guys should be grabbing one of them testing spoons, you know what I mean? And then you taste it, and then whatever you need to add to it, if you think you need to add to it, you do it right now. Okay, so as you see, we letting this cool, you know what I mean? That's cool right there. It might look a little runny to you, but don't trip. It'll thicken up on, on its own as it sits, right? So now we're getting ready to just go ahead and peel our bananas. And then you just want to cut these down into the slices that you want to put on top, right? All right, so the next thing we do is we just layer, right? And this is how we layer these. I just put these in here like this, along the bottom. You know what I mean? Because this is going to be our base, right? It's real simple. You guys probably seen these on videos before. You know what I mean? This is like the cool thing. This is also an excellent project to work on with your, with your loved ones. You know what I mean? Even friends or whatever you got that you want to cook, whoever you want to cook with. Man, try these, Just put them down, layer them. You know what I mean? We're going to put a little, you'll see. All right, so once I have them like that, look, I try to find some that'll fit, because usually some of your wafers will be cracked or broken or something like that. You know what I mean? Just to like fill up the bottom and getting close to the edge. So I'll just stick that there. Now you want to go ahead and bring in, your banana slices, Now this is banana pudding, so you're going to want to put them everywhere. You know what I mean? Then, do a better job than what I did, because all of these aren't uniform, but that's okay. This dessert right here, like, get it. And again, don't let this simplicity of what I'm doing, get you to thinking like, oh, no, I got to find another one. After you make this, I want you guys to come back and read some of these comments from these other people, and you tell me that I get y'all in the right game. All right, so after you pour that on the top, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna build another layer. All we're doing is repeating, right? And to be honest with you, you're probably gonna use every bit of your wafers, because we're gonna have to make a crumble top on it, topping anyway. You know what I mean? So, but look at this right here. This should take you back to your childhood. I don't know about y'all, but I used to have pudding all the time. Ate so much of it, man, I didn't want to eat no more pudding. I probably went at least 10 years without even touching pudding, not even looking at it. All right, so once you have that on there, then we come with the rest. You know what I mean? We just go ahead and pour it just like this. Okay, so look, we got complete coverage. I'm loving that right there. Now, this will give you a little trick. We're gonna take our wafers, right? Put these in here like this. Let me get just a few more. This is what I mean when I told you guys we're probably gonna use the whole entire box, right? So I'm gonna put them in there like that. And now we're finna beat these up. All right, so look, when I put them in a Ziploc bag, I get myself something hard, like, like the bottom of a glass, cup, right? Now we don't wanna turn them into sawdust. You know what I mean? We just do them like this. Just hit them a couple times, and this will give it that nice little appearance, right? Look at that right there. It's up to you. If you want to make it like sawdust, you can, but I still like to see a little bit of the wafer though, That's enough for myself. Now, I'm gonna take some of this and just sprinkle these over the top, just the way they are. Now, when it comes to the rest of my banana, I like to get these really to be uniform. You know what I mean? So we just cut these about the same slice, because we're going to get a little bit of coverage, right? So now you know why we had so many bananas. So now I'll just take them and just add a few. You don't have to pack them on there like you did when you were layering them. You know what I mean? This right here is really for still is for the taste, but a lot of this has to do with the appearance, and how it look. All right, so the last thing we want to do is we just want to go ahead and give this a cover, with some saran wrap, right? I never get my saran wrap right. I actually could have done this one time, first time with just one. All right, so anyway, we got this wrap. And listen, I'm going in the refrigerator. I'm gonna go in there for about 6 hours. You know what I mean? You want everything to set, be firm, so when your guests or your family cut it, it don't be soupy. You know what I mean? So that's where we want to start with, right? Like here. All right, put this over the top. Let's go ahead and get a good seal on the bottom. Remember, in the refrigerator, 6 hours. Then I'm gonna show you what it looks like. We're gonna cut it, put it on a plate, take some pictures, and we finna eat this, folks. Okay, folks, now check this out. Listen, you can see my little wardrobe kind of like changed, right? So listen, I told y'all 6 hours, I ended up getting on the phone doing, you know, talking and playing something. So it's actually the next day, right? So I'm just now taking this out the refrigerator. And you know what? Longer is better. You know what I mean? We'll just leave it like that. You know what I mean? If you can go ahead and do it overnight, that'll be for the best. You know what I mean? Okay, folks, so look, you can see how it is right here. Look, came out great. I always like to have my pudding, you know, in something like this, right? So I kind of like just put it in this way. You know what I mean? I like to save a couple of, I'll show you in just 1 second. That'd be the best way. Because I like to make these, you know, put some toppings on this as I serve it to my guests, right? Now, if you guys want it to be like firm, you can stick it in the freezer for like the last hour to get it to firm up, but I usually don't do that. I like it like this. You see that right there? Look, I gotta hurry up for that melt. So only thing that does to do is take a few pictures, use that spoon right there to dig in and taste it.